Hello, 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 and welcome to the Drag Race recap here on RHAP We Know Reality TV. I'm one of your hosts, Beth Dixon, and I am so excited today to be talking about Season 18, Episode 2, with two incredible people, one of which you know every single week with me is Aman Adwin. Aman, how are you?
Hey, we're back again.
Back,
Episode
back
2,
again.
yes, of Season 18 of Drag Race. And it was good. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. And I don't know how I feel too much about like what went down, but I'm glad to be able to dissect it with the two of you. So
Yeah, there's some questions. I have
yeah.
like a lot of questions. And maybe some really more like questionable reads on like what are the judges and everybody thinking, because that is just, I don't know. I think we're at a generational divide, but maybe who can help us break all of that down and sift through all of this with us is our guest host with us this week, Mari Forth. Mari, welcome back to the Drag Race podcast. We're so excited to have you. And how are you doing?
Whoop whoop. I'm glad to be back. So glad to be talking drag race with you guys. Like Christmas always comes. This is second Christmas, right? Because we always get drag race right at the top of the year. It's always so fun. I'm like, it sneaks up on me in a way that I'm like, I know it's coming. I'm always like, oh yeah, like the Meet the Queens always just sneaks up on me, and I'm like, yes, a new season of drag race to look forward to. So I'm so glad to be here. 2 episodes in, we get the first boot in this episode, and I can't wait to really get into this season. Like the season is just starting.
I'm really excited about it too. I truly think that this cast, I already was a big fan of them last week. They just got better this week. I mean,
Yeah.
I was so worried that we were just getting like the best of the best in the very first episode and then it was going to kind of drop. And I was so thankful that some of the people who I had some questionable takes on, I was like, I don't know how, Mickey Meeks, for example, is going to be doing. And then all of a sudden, boy, is she one of the funniest people that we saw this episode.
I am so sorry, y'all. I don't know why. Like it keeps going to like that little Google Chrome snap something error wrong thing. Like
Oh no.
I can be like sorry, and then it just cut away again. Like I don't know what's going on. So
it was okay. So for our listeners on the podcast, we're so sorry that you had to miss this. But if we sounded like we were saying kind of generalized things over the past, but it was just purely because we were trying to vamp our way through Aman having some in and out of the studio. But
that was crazy.
It happens. It happens. Somebody get the pit crew. We need help over here.
Honestly.
I wouldn't mind the pit crew going to visit me. Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think, Mari, about the cast last week and this week?
I mean, immediately off the bat, having an older cast is immediately paying off, right? Like nobody here is afraid to speak their minds. Like everybody feels like they are going to, say what they got to say, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. It doesn't feel like forced or put on. It's so entertaining so far. Like again, we're only 2 episodes in. But it does feel like you can tell the difference between an older cast, who a lot of them are very confident in themselves and have such strong opinions, and like the younger cast that we've been getting. So like, yeah, this cast is really hard because I'm like, normally there's like a few girls where I'm like, okay, she can go, and it'll be fine, and the rest is good. But it's like I can't even pick who I'm vibing with the least, because so far everybody has just been so cool.
Yeah.
I was kind of drawing this cast to a little bit of like season 7 in a way, in terms of the queens that they've got, except for they have a little bit more experience. But we have very different styles of drag and a lot of character. And it's like we don't really know what to expect from anybody. And and versus in the past few seasons, I feel like we've pinned down a few people from the very beginning as to what we were going to have to do. Sorry, that's my phone ringing. But I genuinely think that there's something like just really fascinating about this particular group of girls. Aman, do you see any resemblance to maybe some of these older casts? I know we talked about this a little bit last week, but as you saw them this episode, what are your thoughts on this cast?
I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily. I mean, I think season 7 that's interesting to me. I think I know where you're coming from with that. It definitely feels like a cast that not only are like well seasoned, but also are like well versed on like what Drag Race is, students of Drag Race, if you will. So I feel like they're all kind of like hyper aware of how the show works and what is like considered to be a good entry point into a lot of these challenges, and whether or not that they can sew and get their stuff together. I think that like so many like we're hearing more and more like every season about people taking sewing classes leading up until the season, just so that they know that they are not going to be that one queen that doesn't know what they're doing. So it definitely feels like people that have like that already have an idea, have been doing drag for quite some time, and also know how to like put their best foot forward, which maybe that's why like ultimately the results of this episode feel so like sort of like disjointed and not like it doesn't feel like your run-of-the-mill first boot, because it's like, I don't know, like I feel like there was a lot of upside to some of these performances, and I didn't necessarily quite agree with what the judges were saying. And you know, it's not to birthday. I'm just talking about Didi Fuego and Mandy Mango at this point. Like, I don't think that either of them were the worst. And like Didi in her confessional was like, maybe I'm delusional, but I feel like I wasn't the worst. I'm kind of confused. And like, me too, girl. Like, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was an editing thing, and maybe there was more that we didn't see that she wasn't doing too great at, or I don't know. But it just feels like maybe that's going to be the theme of this season, that so many of these queens that end up going home are going to feel like they shouldn't, because all of them are really bringing something super great to the table, and the judges are kind of forced to nitpick. So yeah, it's that's kind of like my takeaway right now for the whole cast. It's just they all seem like they know what they're doing, and they all seem like they are students of the show.
I think, Mari, I want your opinion on this as someone who's been like a huge fan of Drag Race for so long. Am I going crazy? Or were the judges on some kind of boomer level with this challenge in terms of judging the queens? I genuinely, they're like, oh, you didn't really get the soul of it. And I'm like, they don't get to choose how the song sounds.
Okay. Thank you. Because like this bugged me to no end. First and foremost, like calling it the Q-pop girl group challenge, which is a nod to K-pop, which none of these had anything to do with K-pop girl group. Like I was like, so did y'all just say that because we all know K-pop is kind of like the thing right now? Like, why are we calling this the Q-pop girl group challenge? This is just a regular girl group. Then on top of that, you relegate them to these stupid categories of music, the punk, the disco, the glam pop, whatever, and then you tell them, oh, they didn't sound like the soul. Well, first off, they didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I went back and I went back and I rewatched it afterwards. I was like, oh yeah, they did do the worst. But I just think this is stupid. Why are we asking them to perform like Sylvester on a song where the hook doesn't say a dang thing? Funk, almighty funk. What is it? Where's the inspiration? What are they supposed to talk about? They need to do something with these foundational song things. Like the song challenges are usually my favorite challenges, but it's something about how uninspiring the tracks themselves are, to me, is what puts out like the worst type of product. I kind of wish that we got like a sorry not sorry about it. Like I feel like every time they do it where it's a girl group challenge, but it's also kind of like a roast vibe to it, it works better than just here's a track, come up with some lyrics, come up with what you want to rap about. It was just all so uninspiring to me. Like none of these songs are going on anybody's like playlist. I don't even think I heard RuPaul plug them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so uninspiring.
What Discord brought up in one of her confessionals this episode about like wanting to participate in drag that actually says something and isn't just about escapism really resonated with me. And then I thought it was a complete contrast to some of these performances where like it, you know, and not that that was sort of like the goal of the group. I just think that it really highlighted that drag in a lot of ways due to Drag Race has become just a little bit vacuous and sort of just seen as like this star vehicle for someone to become famous and to make a lot of money and yada 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 yada. And so, you know, the critique about not having enough soul, I understood it because that group in particular, they chose not to sing. They chose to sort of all do spoken word, which like, I get it. Like if you're not a singer, I get it. But like, maybe you want to give it a little bit of sing-songy because that can get edited in post and you'll be better off that way.
They put in the work because we heard some of those other queens and they sounded very nice when they did not sound very nice when they were recording.
Yeah. So like I understand that critique and not having the soul, but I also I completely agree with you, Maury, in that like if it's Q-pop, which is supposed to be a nod to K-pop, what are we talking about? Soul? Like it's a pop girl group. It just really felt like they were grasping at straws, and I felt like I was kind of disappointed in Dove Cameron because the last time that she was a judge, she was very, very like, all of her opinions were like extremely succinct and nuanced, and it offered like real perspective and what you could do to fix it. This time I felt like she was just saying what she felt like RuPaul and the rest of the judges wanted to hear about how these people were bad at giving the soul. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you my absolute conspiracy theory on that, Aman, because I noticed it myself. And I thought to myself, when you go back and you watch the performance, Dove is genuinely enjoying the disco group. And all the other judges have a stank face as if they all took a shit on the stage. Like I just like as if they'd like literally said fuck Diana Ross and then just didn't sing, you know, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like and just flipped, you know, RuPaul off or whatever. It's so wild to me that like I'm sitting there going, yeah, I understand that they're going, or no, actually, that's the second group. They were just going like da 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 da, like they're just saying like whatever. I get that, but overall, like their choreography was fine. Like they were in sync. Like they didn't look horrible. They were the worst group. I'm not going to sit back and pretend like they weren't. But it's the level of face they got as the first group to come out and sing or and perform on the second week. I just was like, is this All Stars 2 episode 1 again? Like the amount of just like they went in with just their faces. I just thought that was ridiculous. So I think that Dove was so not on that page that she kind of probably got a talking to before, hey, so just so you know, like they're all in the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, because if it weren't the team in the bottom, I definitely would have put a few other people in the bottom from other groups that we will talk about. But
I like when they put the whole teams in the bottom, to be quite honest. I think it should always be all or nothing. And when they go back and forth between like, you never know if it's going to be the team or individual people. I feel like there's like there's a rigor mortis afoot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
agreed. Yeah, that's a good call out. So yes, in this week's episode, we start off by, you know, coming back to the workroom and we see both, or everybody is obviously there because nobody got eliminated last episode. There's still a lot of comments about whether Nene should have won or not, with her outfit. Mari, what did you think about all of that last week?
Well, I mean, first off, I know there are people who hate when nobody goes home, right?
Yeah.
I've said it before. I love it when in the first, like at least the first week, nobody goes home, especially on like an unconventional materials challenge, because again, these drag queens spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to come to this show and to leave first when you don't even get to show your package, I think is a crime. Plus, more Drag Race. It's just more Drag Race, and you get to see more of everybody. So I never take it like I get why everybody's like just chop these, chop them. But I really like when we don't get any eliminations. So I was fine with that. Then when you get to the top 2 lip sync of it all, if we're going based on the garment, Vita definitely should have won. But unfortunately, it's based on the lip sync, and she lost that lip sync. I had mostly because of the garment.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
But I agree. I think Vita should have won. But when you have to do if you're gonna do a lip sync for something, then the lip sync should determine it. Especially if you're doing a lip sync for the crowd.
Yeah, really, for the win here. Come on.
Never mind. But yeah, like if you're gonna say that the lip sync is what's determining the win, then it's the lip sync that determines the win, and Nene deserved the win.
Yes, absolutely. So then we get kind of right into it this time. RuPaul comes out, which by the way, loved RuPaul's suit. It was like this plaid that wasn't actually plaid. And it was really interesting. And I just remember making a note that literally said, love RuPaul's suit. They announced that there's the 3 queen group. And I thought what was interesting about this, and I kind of lived for this, was that the 2 from last week who were in the top 2, Vita and Nene, were 2 team captains. And then whoever wasn't chosen was their own team. I live when they can have team drama like this, and this paid off because we got the Mount Saltmore of reactions from Athena and Dion in this. Aman, what did you think about Athena in this episode?
Athena, she's mother. That is her message this season. She is accomplished. She's the queen of Miami. But I gotta say, no shades, Athena. Again, it's just my opinion. I'm sure she's talented. I'm sure she gives it to the girls when she's down there in Florida. But as far as the show is concerned, she's okay. So I wasn't super surprised that she wasn't the first pick when it comes to getting a girl group. I think that the strategy that some of these queens were going for, you want the people that can sing, you want the people that can dance their ass off, you want it's such a visual challenge that you just want everyone to sort of look the part. All of them are beautiful. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying some of them have a little bit more of a strong suit, and I feel like Athena is more of the host. She's more of the bring it all together, master of ceremonies, make you feel at home type of queen. Yes. I don't get showgirl from her, at least not yet, because I'm sure there might be some people in the comments that are like, oh, you don't know Athena then. I don't. All I can go off of is what she's been presenting thus far, or what's been presented to us through the edit thus far. And right now I'm kind of and I think that she should have been in the bottom this week.
Oh, I would not have gone that far. But I love that idea. I'm going to be honest. I lost a lot of respect for someone in an episode like this where she's supposed to be mother, but she acted like baby. I don't get it. If you are somebody who is supposed to be iconic and legendary, you don't let shit like this bother you. You just go, okay, cool, we prove it. But instead, she sulked around like a little bitch. And it was week 2. It's not like it's ever happened over and over and over, and there's something to be upset about yet. And if you just want a camera time, girl, you got it. Good for you. I'm proud of you. You did the damn thing. But Mari, I was like, come on.
The ego, when your ego gets bruised like that on a platform that you're not expecting it to, you can go one of 2 ways. You can sulk and you can sink, or you can rise and you can prove them wrong. And that is the reason why production pick these teams this way, because they literally had a built-in storyline. Once you pick the teams that way, it is up to the quote-unquote leftover group to either sink or swim. You have that built-in storyline where it's either going to propel them to the top or they are going to flounder. And unfortunately, they floundered. I thought maybe they were getting the edit that they were going to like pull through, but doing all that fighting for that disco track and then just for it to really, really flop like that was it was delicious in just the opposite way. And you know, like again, I really didn't mind Athena being so upset, because again, she's older. She's like, how dare you? Do you know who I am? Why would you not pick me? Why are you going to call my team the leftovers? Da 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 da. I love that fire. I love that. It's just unfortunate that she didn't channel it in a way that would have been productive for her team, you know?
Agreed. You know, one thing I was thinking about was I kind of feel like this episode focused on some of the wrong things leading up to the challenge. We have a whole segment on Nini's voice being like, oh, I lost my voice because of the screaming, which by the way, girl, it was fine last week. You lose your voice from screaming instantly. So calm down. Clearly, you know, you did something over the weekend. It's whatever. But I'm just clocking that. I just put that out there. But I just want to say that like Nini, in my opinion, is somebody that I think should have been in the bottom if they didn't do it by teams. And we'll get to her, because if they were going to give Mandy Mango shit for not matching the energy, she chose to dress herself and act on stage nothing like the sultry kind of tones that they were giving her because of her voice. And so that I just thought was very interesting. But what I wish they would have done, the whole point of me bringing this up, was that was ultimately completely unnecessary for what happened in like the storyline of the challenge. She wasn't in the bottom. There was no purpose for us to know that, except for why is her voice going instead of like singing, which could have happened in a split second. What I wish they would have done is taken the time, like RuPaul has done this plenty of times and we've always praised him for it. Take the time and educate the girls / the audience about Sylvester, about Wham, and about the Runaways, because the three of them are queer iconic groups. And then also don't name it by the K-pop stuff. But
honestly,
that's just like, I don't get that. But I meant to say that earlier and I totally forgot to. So, but I wish that that's what they did instead, because you know, there's a lot of people who don't know who Sylvester is and they think that disco is all this one thing. Well, disco was kind of a punk-esque culture for a long time. It was it was full of and accepting of free love and queer people as well. So I don't know. I just think that would have been a way cooler. Like, what if the lyrics were like, describe freedom from this area, describe counterculture from this perspective, and put yourself into it. Like, that could have been A, way more powerful, and B, like, would have given people much more of a road to write.
Great point.
Oh, Aman, I can't hear you.
Oh my God, I forgot. I tapped this and it. If I tap.
He's tap again.
Oh my God.
You might could.
Oh God.
So yeah, no, what you were saying earlier about like it's sort of like it really being boomery, and no offense to the boomers, we love y'all. Y'all are too. We thanks for paving the way. But it's just like it was so disjointed to have like the Q pop of it all, and then to confine these people, these queens, to fitting a certain mold, whether it be Sylvester or the Runaways or whatever the hell. Like it's sort of like a refusal to sort of innovate what they should be doing. Like girl groups are huge again. Like they're all over the place. Like we went through a massive like decade-long drought of girl groups, and we finally have them all over the place again. And now you're wanting them to just only adhere to a certain level, and then when they don't do it quite the way that you want them to, then it's like I don't know, man. Like I think that the girls should, of course, know how to emulate certain eras of drag. I think that as a drag queen, it is kind of your duty to sort of like be well versed and like know all types of pop culture and pop music to pull from. So, you know, I get RuPaul wanting them to have that in the repertoire, but at the same time, then just have it be a disco challenge if that's how you're going to treat it. If have it be a punk rock challenge if that's how you're going to treat it. Like it's just, you know, it just. Yeah.
But Aman, we miss people arguing over which genre they want if everybody gets the same thing. That's
hello.
We have to have these arbitrary genres because we need people to fight over it. Because that's what they were doing. They were fighting over the genre. They weren't even fighting over the song. We've seen it where it's been, we'll have like two separate songs, and one song is kind of clearly better than the other, and they're fighting to record that song. It's not even that. It was literally just the genre, because all of the songs sucked. Like, to be quite honest, all of the songs. True. So
yeah.
I genuinely like, there have been songs where it's a very clear, like, this one's clearly the better song than the two or whatever. This one I would have just been like, I do want to take a step back to say Vita Von Teese star, everybody, playing the mental game.
That
was incredible. So she takes a step back and she knows that Athena is already like a little tilted. And so what does she do? She says, I'm going to read that she wants disco. That's what she's going to want. So I'm going to say that we want disco. Even though her team has Discord, Briar,
the literal
and
rock stars,
who all have punk and rock backgrounds and shit. I'm like, okay. And like she really just like gets her to fight for it. And I think that a lot of that is just the mental game of it all. And I love that. Okay, I'm going to put it out there. I'm somebody that, while I think Roxy was a bitch on season 5, I fucking loved the drama of it. If I were there in person, I would have defended Jinx, but as somebody who just gets to eat popcorn and watch it, it's fine. This is the same kind of vibe, and I just wanted to be like, Vita Von Teese, you better go on the Trader someday.
She was giving. She was giving. Yep.
Yeah, and there was nothing malicious about it. You know what I'm saying? There was no malicious intent behind it. She was just, you know, digging her heels in, like, you know, just poking, but in a way that was just like, well, we want it. It wasn't an attack on Athena. It was a way to rile her up, but it was still so professional, because how many times do we talk about, why do these girls back down if they want something? You know, why don't they like really dig in and try and fight for it? And the fact that she did that and was like, oh no, I was just playing. Like,
I want to punk the whole time. I'm just happy this gives us punk, and it also gives us like, well, you're the one who fought for it, that leverage, and that is just
so good. Yeah, that was great.
Very good.
Didn't see that one coming at all.
So what I thought we would do is we could talk about the queens with their runways, which I did like the runway this week, which the runway category.
Too. It was a nice category.
What was the category, y'all? Because it was my neck, my back, but then it was also, what's your favorite part?
Yeah,
I think that was it's like my neck, my back, my crack, colon, your like, you know, list the body parts, colon, what's your favorite body part, right?
It's like how they always do. They'll sometimes it's like reading a thesis in college, how you have to have the subtitle of the title. That's what they do. Like 50% of the time, I think they like have a runway that's like, you get it right from like the whatever the joke
I
is.
hear what you're saying, Mari. Maybe they just say, maybe it's just my favorite piece, and that should be the that should be the name of the title, because like my neck, my back is like, it's a little disjointed, because you immediately think like, you think Kaya, you think 90s rap, you think like that's, so I get it. Well, I get it. But
my thought process is, you know, that they'll give them prompts and they'll be like, the prompt is red, but then when they get to the runway and they change it, the category is blood to the floor, and
off with her head. Yeah, exactly. You're like, what?
And then people are coming out like, wait, that doesn't go with it. So that's what I was wondering, if that's what had happened.
Maybe.
Yeah. But it's fine. I just was like, I was just like, okay, half of them are saying my neck, my back, half of them are saying it's your favorite leg.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which I thought that they were gonna, I won't lie, I did think, well, I wonder if they have to choose from the 4, like my neck, my back, my pussy, or my crack. Like, do I have to choose from one of those 4 to take it? And there was like, and then I think in the second person comes out, I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. It's not where, because Athena came out and it was her back, and I'm like, oh, okay, they have to choose one of the 4. Nope, that was not it. So I did this in the order that everybody comes out in the runway, which was also obviously separated by girl group. Athena Dion was the first person on the runway. We talked a lot about what she was like in the episode and her performance and such. I felt like, and I know I don't have a picture of it, and sorry, I forgot to do this last week. I'm sorry to interrupt myself again. All the credit in the world to drag.looks on Instagram, from whom I ripped these pictures, and Liana's before. Thank you so much. So we just wanted to make sure we put credit there. But I genuinely felt like in the challenge, she kind of was giving weird Statue of Liberty outfit, and that also was kind of weird. She had like the kind of like gold headpiece and like I don't know.
She's supposed to be a goddess. That was supposed to be like the goddess headpiece. Yeah,
that gives it. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I really just wasn't vibing with her this week, and I thought that she was, I thought that she should have been in the bottom, because I feel like, she was the leader of the group, and I'm not personally one that always ascribes to the classic reality TV trope of who was the leader. They're in the bottom because the team lost. Like, I don't think that it's always on the leader, but I do think that this time it was. Like, the main critique about their group was that it was not soulful, it was dry. And for whatever reason, they decided to put Didi and Mango in the bottom for delivering on the choreography that Athena provided. Should Didi have spoken up more? Yeah, sure. But
how could she really, when Athena was kind of bulldozing it? And to be quite frank, like, she wanted to put soul into it, and Athena said that's not what we have to do, it like this, and like was very specific about doing it that way. I don't know.
Athena is a classic drag queen. She is, again, she has been doing this for some time, but not long enough to I think have the wisdom that it requires to actually know when to innovate. Like, because again, like, we're acting like Athena is like, mother matriarch. The bitch is like 34. Like,
yeah, like, I'm older than her.
Like, so
no comment.
I think that this was a moment where, like, and even her lyrics were very campy, very Glee, very High School Musical. Like, pave the way, you can do it. Okay. Like, no, girl. So I just wasn't inspired by her this week. I think the look is good. I think it's nice. Her back is showcased lovely. And the shades of red are beautiful and everything. She looks absolutely amazing. But yeah, this just was not her week for me.
What do you think, Mari?
I was about to say, like, you can't really say more than that, because that is all of it. I completely agree. Nothing in her looks really stood out to me. And like I said, when I first watched it, like all the groups, I was like, oh wow, that is the worst group. And then, I heard the critiques, oh, it's not soulful, blah, blah, blah. I went back and I watched it again. I was like, yeah, like, unfortunately, that group really was the one group that did not embody like the essence of the genre. The pop girls definitely had that wham glam pop. They had like 4 different levels. Like, they each did like a different style of that 80s pop within that group. And then of course the punk girls just really committed full tilt, like with the growling,
totally.
which is what they wanted, which I didn't realize that's what the ask was. Until they said that's what it was. But once you realize that's what they were looking for, this group is obviously the weakest, because nothing about it was soulful. It really wasn't.
And I'm gonna be that person, okay? And I'm a singer and I'm a musician. How, if you are somebody who is not a singer and a musician, you can still fake your way through punk, and you could still fake your way through pop. How do you fake your way through soulful disco?
True. That's very true.
How are they supposed to do that if they don't sing? Now, here's the thing. I think they could have spoken it more soulfully. I think they could have had lyrics that were a little bit more having to do with a song, but I'm going to still maintain that this was a poorly written song, and it does not sound like a Sylvester song, at least not one that I've heard. So how can you sit back and say this is a Sylvester song?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. That said, I totally agree. I think that her runway looked beautiful. And I don't know why this like top photo, she's kind of giving me Eva Destruction from the Dragula realm. The face is just like a very glam version of that. But I mean, she knows how to paint. And as we learned in Untucked, she also was told to help Didi Fuego with her paint. So, which I thought that was fair to say. It's a good drag queen to go to if you want a good paint. Next up, we have Darlene Mitchell from the same team. And I on the video, we have also put this, but we'll say out loud that her runway, she was showing off her skin. And she has this wonderful red, white, and blue 4th of July barbecue, sunburned, white trash kind of outfit on. And Mari, I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. Darlene Mitchell would have been the person I put in the bottom other than Didi Fuego, because I like, okay, this is cute, this is whatever, gotcha, sure. But RuPaul said, oh, y'all basically made fun of soulful disco and didn't put the girl in the bottom who screamed for like 3 bars. Like, I don't get it. She said like 5 words and then went into the weird screaming thing, and that to me, I'm not gonna lie, pissed me off. Like, if I gotta sit through these songs that y'all are supposed to make up the lyrics to and it's supposed to tell me something about it, don't say boppity boop bop bop bop. Like, it made no sense to me. Like,
see, I don't
know. Oh my god, no.
I loved it because first of all, it's the only verse I can remember from this whole group because it was campy and it stood out. And for me, she was the only person who had any characterization. It was instead of just happy person on stage, she had like a perspective that she at least was bringing. I thought that.
What was it? What were the words?
I don't know what the words were. I don't know what the words were. I'm saying, but like, he's the one that I'm thinking of. Like none of the words I could tell you from any of that group at all. But what I could tell you is that she was like commanding the stage in a way that was at least funny for that moment and entertaining. I love her runway look because to me, what I enjoy the most about what I've seen from Darlene so far is I get a lot of almost Katya-esque vibes in the sense that this like stupid-esque idea of drag that's a little ridiculous and simplified, but also just such a funny point of view from it that celebrates. Like, you got that from like a Russian perspective with Katya at times, but also just generally in any time that Katya gets in drag. I get that similar-esque perspective from her. I'm not saying that she's like Katya at all otherwise. But I will say that on the runway, she had this beautiful moment about talking about her sobriety with RuPaul, who we know is also sober. And I like that RuPaul then takes the moment to have the moment to say, hey, Darlene, like, why Darlene Mitchell? And she says, well, Mitchell is my middle name. And Darlene just seems like the perfect, cross between a dynasty woman and, white trash. And RuPaul's like, it's so dumb. I love it. And that is exactly why we find someone like Katya endearing, is like that. Not even
irreverence.
Yes, the irreverent funniness. And like I get that from her. And I felt like she was the only one who gave something similar to that, even like in the performance as well. So I've agreed with her placement of where it was, but I also could appreciate wanting her to be in the bottom too. Aman, do you have any strong feelings about Darlene?
I I understand people that feel like she maybe should have been in the bottom. I get it, but I think what really saved it for me was really the purposeful bad note, and having to take the deep breath to do it again. I was like, okay, that was funny, that was good. It was interesting that like RuPaul's perspective on her name was interesting to me, that she like felt like she just like didn't get like what kind of name is Darlene Mitchell, but like I don't know, like when I look at Darlene Mitchell, she looks like a Darlene Mitchell to me. Like I get it, like I think I understand her point of view. Yeah, I'm starting to like really like this queen because like you said, it is sort of just there's a POV, there's a perspective, there's a certain like level of
vulnerability.
Yeah, and I really appreciate her story about being sober and all of that, and like because being in the entertainment industry, being in the bar scene, like it gets really easy to get sucked up into all of that. So the fact that she I'm glad that she sort of had like a reawakening on stage and reminded herself of like, I can do this without having to have a drink. Like this is it's within me. You know what I mean? Like alcohol found me. I didn't find alcohol. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate that. And I love this look. I love the hamburger titties. They are so funny to me. It's just
I love it.
It's such trash. It's so like classless in the best way. And like,
and you know what? I don't think it cost a fortune.
Yes. Like,
and yet it's still a good outfit for the runway.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a little testy that like her skin was her best feature given today's climate. I was like, all right, Sydney Sweeney. But like I understand. Like just because you white don't mean you can't be like proud of your skin. Like I'm sure she has beautiful skin.
Oh no!
I do not think that Darlene Mitchell is racist. I do not think she's a white supremacist. No. I just making a joke.
That's so funny because I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even think of it that way, which is like exposing like my own like white privilege, I guess, but like also I was just like laughing at the fact that she said she wanted to show off her skin, but like has an outfit that is designed to show
and she's sunburnt.
That you have not taken care of it. Like the thing that you love the most, But it's so funny.
No, it was funny. It was great. 10 out of 10.
Did you guys sorry if I bring this up again, but like her original drag name is like Trash. Right?
Trash. I love that.
Crazy.
I'm here for it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so next we have Mandy Mango.
Okay, can I start this one off?
Yes, please go for it, Aman.
I really enjoyed this look. They were so mean about it. I love the little knickknacks. She like created like, and I know it's not an ofrenda. I know that she is not Mexican. I know that but that's what it gave me. It gave me like, what she said it was, like a little table with the knickknacks and the little family portraits and she loves her face. She thinks it's her prized possession. I immediately understood it. I love the whole table look. I love the little tassels on the hands and the like, maybe the skirt could have been like a deeper mahogany to really resemble a little bit more of the brown, but like that is like the least of her problems here. And again, I thought that she was the most animated in her group. She gave what RuPaul said earlier, like the most reckless abandon. Like I felt that with her. That's what disco is all about. And the fact that they put her in the bottom again, I'm like, and I know she's from Philly and people don't come for me thinking I'm being biased. I just genuinely do not think she did the worst. And I don't think that her runway was as bad as they're making it seem. What is the problem with Mandy?
I'm with you. Mari, are you with us or no?
I mean, I like the idea. I think the problem was the execution, to be quite honest. I think that I do. It just does not. It gives low rent. I hate to say it. It gives kind of low budget. It's supposed to be costumey. Like that's the point, but it feels even worse than costumey. But I like the idea. I agree. I love the concept. I like the thought process behind it, but it just comes off looking a little cheap, unfortunately. So I understand why she was at the bottom and why so many people gave her bad critiques about the look. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just not elegant. I don't know.
I gotta be honest. I think the worst part about her look for me is this blush contour. It really is distracting and it throws it off her face, which is ironically what she's trying to show off. And I just kind of sit back and I think like because you have such a dark purple and then brown and mahogany and all that kind of stuff, like why also make your face? Yes, it looks muddy because of it. Thank you. And I instantly got what she was going for. I loved the creativity. I loved that it was unlike anything else we were going to see on the runway. I completely understand the like it looking cheap, but you know what? Altars normally look kind of cheap and raggedy.
They do.
I'm just gonna put it out there.
Half the table off to the side, you know,
or it's like in someone's closet.
But it's never good when you have to describe what you're wearing. Or describe the joke. Tell them what's going on.
I'm going to be honest. I genuinely think these producers and the hosts are just sitting there like, you know what? The judges are like, we're just going to like pretend like we don't get this because it's easy for us to pretend like we don't get this, even though we clearly do. Like, that's where I'm coming from with this. But I genuinely don't think that she should have been in the bottom either. I think the team should have been in the bottom. She was like the one breath of air in that whole performance. I felt like in terms of energy.
Really, I was most excited when she was performing. Like it really felt like she was like giving something. I felt like, and I could feel I am determined not to be in the bottom this time. I'm going to give RuPaul everything she wants. Like I really felt that energy. And so I was just a little discouraged to see her in the bottom. I take the point about the makeup now that I'm like really, really looking at it. Yeah, like it is her contouring is a little off. Like I think Mandy Mango needs a little bit more time, with her paint. And it's bad. Like if you're showcasing your face, right, then your face needs to be 100% on point, right? So I totally get that. I get that. Her performance was not the worst. So was the runway that bad that it brought her down? I don't know. Maybe it was.
Unfortunately, I think Mandy is gonna be the lip sync assassin queen that they use to get rid of people.
She did turn it. She turned it in that lip sync. Like I wasn't sure what to expect from her, but she turned that. She did.
I think we all were nervous when everything just comes off of her costume and she's taking it off. And all the judges are just looking at her and unimpressed. And then it was just like, I will now single-handedly perform the best lip sync between last week and this week. And she did. And I was like, wow, she really turned it around after that. I thought she did really great. So
I might be, okay. She did a good job. I thought a few.
Oh, you didn't like it? Oh, Mari,
I thought a few of the dips were a little crunchy. Just a few of them.
We're gonna fight.
They're just a little crunch.
She maybe had some of them were a little ill-placed. I think that she maybe had too many of them. But RuPaul kept eating it up. Like every time she did it, RuPaul would look at Michelle like, "Oh, did you see that?"
Exactly.
Like, RuPaul, you have seen 1,000 girls do the same move. Like, what are you gagging over, girl? Like,
exactly. But no, it was good. But that's what I mean. It's like I'm desensitized. Like I've seen so much.
I feel you.
After so many seasons of Drag Race, so many seasons of Legendary, so many seasons of everything, it's just kind of like, but she did it. She definitely outdid Dee Dee, that's for sure.
She did.
That's true. Sure. And unfortunately, Dee Dee didn't have enough fuego for the competition, and she is the one who gets eliminated out of the bottom two. She is placed in the bottom as the last member of the team that we are talking about for the disco group. And I do think that she was a little stiff in the performance, but I don't think it was anywhere near as bad as the judges are trying to say that it was, especially when Discord is in this cast.
Right. Can I
read?
I would love for you to start out.
First off, Dee Dee's face, I cannot stop staring at her face. Like her face is so handsome, like in like a good way, you know, like I love the angles of her face. So like her performance in the challenge, she was giving such good face. Like I thought was performing so well with her face. Then it was her turn, and I was like, "Oh, girl, these lyrics. Like, what are we again, it's just the lyrics in this whole group was just so like, I don't think they got together and talked about what their theme was because if
I
you
don't
would
think they could.
like, it would just it didn't make sense to me. And you know, when she came out in this loofah thing, I was like, "Oh, okay." But I think the real crime was being in the bottom 2 and not dropping it. Could she not drop
Mari,
that Noah thing? Like, what is happening?
Mari, I watched that and she never drops it during the lip sync. She never drops it as she's backing forward. She doesn't drop it when she's saying her like goodbyes or whatever. And it's not until Untucked when I notice that she can actually, when she picks it up before they go out to lip sync. And I was like, I'm sorry. What is wrong with you?
Not that.
Like, I genuinely was like, you got a girl taking apart a table next to you and you can't drop a loofah boa?
So it wasn't confirmed it was not attached to her.
It was not attached. It was like one frame where I got to see her just kind of pick it up and wrap it around her. And I was like,
She just
sorry.
loves a shawl. She loves a shawl. Her entrance look also had that interesting little pointy thing. She just loves to shroud herself. That's what it's all about. Nothing comes between her and her shawl. Except this time because she had to shawl Shay away.
That was so stupid, Aman.
But I mean, I think she definitely knew what body to showcase or body part to showcase. Pardon me. I think that her legs are absolutely stunning.
Yes.
I agree with the judges that her paint is also leaving some to be desired. I think because she's such an angular face that I think it takes a little more time to sort of like know how to soften that up. I think she's one of those drag queens where it's like you're always going to kind of give a little bit of man, which is fine because you're a man, right? Like, but if you're trying to give fish, if you're trying to really, really go ultra femme, I think she has to spend a little bit more time with learning how to soften those edges. As far as her performance is concerned, like, I mean, I get it. I get that maybe she wasn't the most like fluid in her movement, but like again, like I think that really just goes back to Athena. Like I think when they were talking about it, who was the leader of everything, I really feel like Dee, and I know that people want this to sort of sometimes be like RuPaul's Kumbaya race, but like I think you should have thrown her a little bit more to the wolves because she prefaced her answer with, yeah, like, well, there was like no one leader, but like, Athena did sort of choreograph. You should have been like, yeah, Athena gave us these moves and I really didn't appreciate them. Like I didn't like them. I thought that
I'm
they were
going to
too
be
stiff.
honest with you. Athena tries to say and untuck like, and then, Didi's trying to throw me under the bus or like, and I'm like, girl, you are to blame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moves were stale, girl. They were very, very stale. Stale.
And she didn't do it hard enough. She literally did not throw you under the bus hard enough.
Yeah, she gave you the benefit of the doubt. She was like, well, we were all leading, but she just gave us the moves.
Yeah.
So, like,
I
don't know if she deserved to go home though. I don't know.
I feel very conflicted because I do think that there were queens in other groups who should have been in the bottom comparatively. But if we're talking about this team in particular, I would have put her and Athena in the bottom. I don't think that this is like the most obvious, like, oh my God, first boot, duh, like no one else should have gone home kind of thing. I just think that when you have somebody who is like, ultimately it's a group challenge and you get put into the bottom, if you were not one of the two standouts in some capacity and your runway was not going to stand out compared to other people and your lyrics weren't, definitely. So I agree with her being in the bottom. I don't think anybody like in that group, I don't know. they were just not working well together. I would have absolutely put that blame on Athena.
Yeah.
Because, like, girl, at the very least, if you're seeing the writing on the wall that you're going to probably be in the bottom because of this, why not know who you're going to go up against and like start smack talking? Mari, I mean, like, you talk about wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is like, get her going, right?
Get in her head like Vita did. Get in her head right before lip sync. Get in her head. But to be quite honest, they weren't going to put Athena in the bottom. I don't think you risk losing Athena to Dee. You put Mandy in the bottom with Dee. If something happens, Mandy could go home because it's her second time down there. If Dee goes home, it's no big loss. So
yeah, they're waiting for the mother-daughter lip sync.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate like storyboarding and riggery and this person has to be in this, but Athena is bringing she is bringing the drama, so I kind of
she is definitely yeah.
So let's move on to the next team, and we start off with Mia Starr, who was in the top 2 this week, and the runway that she chose to do was her neck, her back, her pussy, and her crack. So she chose to do all of them. Mari, I see you shaking that head and saying yes. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yes, I would like. I loved. I don't understand why they said they didn't like the face piece. I'm like, we've seen this before. You loved it before. I loved it. I thought it was so funny. She slowly reveals her neck, her back. I thought this was so good. I thought she was amazing in the challenge. I did know some of her lyrics and now it's blanking on me. It's fine. But like she did the thing. Like her and
it's
her
Mamma
group,
Mia.
It's Mama. Yeah, did the thing. I'm so happy that she's on here, and I want to see. I want to see some more dance stuff from her. For
sure.
Yeah, I thought that she did a good job too. I think ultimately what this group had over the previous one was they were really serving puss and serving cunt with these lyrics. It was very much more like talking their shit as opposed to the, like the kitschy
body.
Glee encouraging lyrics, right? The look is okay. Like I love the concept of it. I kind of wish that I feel like it would be better if like the part like the neck, the back, the pussy, the crack were like actually like her real skin, because it kind of feels a little off and like fake and like weird. So I definitely like the concept. I don't necessarily know about the execution of the exposed parts.
Yeah, I get that. And again, with this runway, black on this runway, just this new runway really
killed the lights.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
much. Yeah. I loved Mia. I thought that she did great in the challenge. She really set the tone for what that group was going to be. And the thing that I also think makes the Wham group a little easier is that type of music you can still hear with like the poodle skirt 50s-esque influences. You can feel like, for anybody who's grown up in the past 40 years, it almost has like a children's sense to it, like what we would hear for like songs that people are writing for kids or whatever. And so it's very easy to get an idea of that it should be fun and bouncy, and then they get to focus on like who they are. Well, you got someone like Kenya, who we'll talk about in a second. She could talk about her name and just make all the lyrics about that, and that's really great. Mia can come out here and showcase who she is as a dancer and as a performer. And boy, did she. I thought that she did really well. She got me thinking, if this was going to be the K-pop challenge, you know what, next year, that they really will do like a K-pop challenge, but it's going to be Q-pop demon slayers. That's what they're going to do. Yeah. That's what they're going to do. I'm going to call it right now. That is a challenge for next season.
And the demon slayers are going to be the ones that are on the little the she-male screen.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have to, but I can't see them actually. They would need to do the thing where they bring in a choreographer to do
1,000%
justice, because the whole thing about it is such intricate dance moves, and unfortunately, You know, some of these queens have 2 left feet, so I think that's why that would be a harder thing to pull off. But
it's also really cute that you think that they care if they pull it off or not in Drag Race. And look at some of the shit that they've done.
It definitely made me think, when was the last time they brought in a choreographer? Like, did they do that last season?
Yeah, I think Jamal Sims came at one point.
Hopefully. Yeah.
He was in the last episode, wasn't he?
Was it just, and I mean not just the last episode, hopefully, because I mean they always
I know what you mean,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like you know, we got Alyssa that one time, you know, like I don't know, like I want them to do more of that, like bring back the choreographers, give them actual choreography, give them a good song, like turn it out.
I will say bring back Todrick if he wasn't such a mess.
There's a lot of people I'd like to bring back, and there's a lot of people I wouldn't.
He's been kind of quiet recently. I wonder what he's up to.
Bring him back. He didn't run anybody over. Bring him back.
Oh my god. Well, next queen that we have on the team was Kenya Pleaser, which, by the way, this is like my absolute favorite drag name so far. Like, I just love this name so much. And she then makes her entire song lyrics about pleasing and being a good lover and giving you what you need and making sure that you give her what she is like owed, and just like loved so much of this. And she was able to really channel that into a fun song while matching what she's supposed to do for being a part of a girl group. Then on the runway, her everything is what she's showing off, and I love that so much. I loved this this runway. I think this is a beautiful way to do this kind of suit, and we don't get to see it like this on many bigger queens and such. And so I just thought that this was really beautifully done. And boy, I could tell that she's a Lizzo impersonator by the way she's making those faces in the
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like the look too. I like that she decided to just showcase her entire body, especially because, you know, today's climate, like Finn is back in again. Everybody's on the O. Everybody wants to be, you know, super skinny, you know, which is everybody's right. I just wish that the conversation were more about health and not so hyper fixated on size. So I think it's just like a nice reminder that, you know, there are some big girls out there. There's some big boys out there, and you know, whether or not they are working towards a smaller body is up to them. As long as they are, you know, being as healthy as they can, that's all that really matters. So I enjoyed this look a lot. And I loved Rue's pun about flying squirrel friend. That was funny.
That was
I thought that her performance was also pretty decent.
Yeah. I love that because we see the naked jumpsuit a lot. Like it felt like there was a whole rash of that. But I think this was done great because it didn't try to mimic the body like we've seen it done so many times before. I like it how it just embellished her body. And so I really like it. I am like kind of side-eyeing this cape. I guess it is trying to see. I'm like looking, is it like really on there, or did she kind of throw it on there, you know, at the last minute type of thing?
I think it's attached. It looks attached at the shoulders.
It looks like it's attached. Yeah. But other than that, I really like it. Loved her performance. I really loved her performance like as a background dancer too, which she like took that slap.
That was a good bit.
Very funny. She really, I think, overall elevated her group. So Kenya did a good job, and I know she's probably like after being in like the bottom last week.
Absolutely. Next is Sierra Mist, who is showing off her eyes on the runway. I'm gonna be honest, her lyrics felt like an after school special. They were very earnest.
Weren't mystified?
No. Not at all. But I do love this look. I think it's really cool. It almost plays with like the rule of thirds, but it doesn't like on like what you would do with photography, like having 3 different areas of this to look like. I love that we have kind of like lines that are like stacked up to look at of her eyes, and then of course her eyes on her actual face. And this gown is just so it fits her really well, but it's also so stupid. I don't know how else to say it in like a good way, a good stupid. And I think that is what she is bringing, is like this idea of really elevated campiness to the runway. Aman, what did you think of Sierra?
I love this look. It's so fun. It's so yes, like make the nipples your eyes as the eyes of the nipples of the face. Give us another make this gigantic bow on your head, your eyes. I love the 80s prom dress. I love the color. It's so fun. It's so meticulous. It's so I just love how much detail she gives a damn about, right? I thought that I agree with you. I think that the lyrics were a little but I think that the way that she delivered it was good, and I liked her look in the actual in the girl group as well. So yeah, I continue to be excited about what Sierra does next, because I think that she's one of those queens that really knows how to create an event with her looks. Like you want to know what's gonna go on next, and I think she's gearing up to be a pretty big contender. And I feel like we haven't had like the quirky queen win since like what? Like I guess Willow Pill. Yeah, Willow Pill. So it's been 4 seasons. So, you know, if Sierra is on the short list for the winner, I won't be mad at it.
Yeah.
I agree. I love everything about this. The lips I get it.
I know it's her thing. I'm not a fan of it either, Mari.
I know. It's just I just want to one time. I just want to see it with other lips one time. Right?
Okay, Michelle.
Yeah,
I know. I'm surprised. I guess the minute that she's not safe and she's on that runway.
What if those are her actual lips and we're like, can you just wipe those off? And she's like, I can't.
I can't wait for her, and I can't wait for Discord to get critique. Like Discord finally hearing critiques about her runway walk will be a treasure for us all.
I know.
Wait, but yeah, I love this. I just looking at it too is really good, really stunning. This look.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Next up, we have Nene Coco, who's coming out as her brain. Now, we talked a lot about already, like the little, challenges with her voice and such. Mari, you also seem like you maybe weren't as convinced that it was as necessary for the plot. Maybe you were just being polite and nodding along. Any other thoughts on Nene from this episode?
I really was just like, okay, girl. It's just kind of like once they flim flammed it sounded fine. It sounded like kind of like that whisper pop. She still sounded very of genre. So what she was saying, I don't know, but I did.
She was all right. I'll show you that Coco serve a look from head to toe stuff. It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. Like, again, none of this stuff really blows you away, really, but the cohesion, I think, with this group is what definitely put them over for me. This look, I like the look. I like the hat. I do. I like it. I'm just kind of like,
I don't like it together.
Okay. Yeah.
I like the hat and I like the gloves and the dress, but I don't like the hat with the gloves and the dress. Even though, because to me, I know that it's supposed to kind of look like the smoothness of the brain, like the rouging on the dress and everything. I love that the dress is also supposed to be like a part of the brain. But I just feel like with all of that, the brain on top of the head is so basic and ugly comparatively that I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's not tied in like the hat. Like I get it, but it's like almost there. It's like on the cusp of making sense. I like the gloves as they are, like individually. I like the dress individually. I like the hat individually. I don't know if I like them all together. And maybe it's because, not to be like the nerdy nursing student right now, but like, I've been taking anatomy and physiology for the past several months, and we did like a whole like month unit on the brain. And so like I wanted more of the different parts of it. Like give me the medulla oblongata, give me the 4 different lobes. Like I want to see that. I want to see more of the detailing in the dress. It looks like a really nice rouged dress that you said that reminds me of the color of a brain. but then you
Mhm.
didn't put more applique to really give it that brain structure. So I love the idea. I love that her favorite body part is her brain, is her mind. I think that was a fantastic way to go. I'm not 100% on the execution of it, but she doesn't look bad. It's just not like, it's like, if you're going to go brain, like go brain. You know what I mean?
I didn't even realize that her dress was supposed to be braid-esque. I just
Right. Like you
on her
wouldn't
top
know.
of her
You
head.
wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. She's somebody, I think I said this before, I would have put her in the bottom if it wasn't by team. Her performance of
I
how
agree
she
with that.
acted on the stage had nothing to do with her voice. And there's such a way that you could have acted as if you were still in that pop group, but matched the sultriness of what you were that you ended up having to do with your voice. And instead, she kind of looked like an angry rocker. Like she's like really into it, like this with her face, and like, meanwhile, this is what her voice is kind of doing. But she's like,
Welcome back to
"Yeah."
NPR.
And I'm like, what is happening? So she to me was like actually the most confusing performance. And then this runway, I really do like everything but the hat and everything that we talked about. But so I would have put her in the bottom, which I know is like a pretty big swing, I think, comparative to like there's gonna be people who I know are like, you're crazy, and I don't deny that either, but I just think that like I don't know, I have high expectations, especially after last week, and she did not meet them for me this week.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next, we have Mikey Meeks, who I will say is somebody that I did not quite frankly, I got filler queen vibes from her last week. This week I go, she is not a filler queen.
Yeah.
She's not a filler queen. No way.
She was giving this episode, and
great.
I watched a little bit of the Roscoe's recap, and she's apparently worked Detox and Roxy were the guests, and Roxy said that she's worked with Mikey Meeks quite a couple times, and she's totally team Mikey. So I'm like, all right, like if you got Roxy behind you, then you must be capable. And I think that she definitely served this week in the challenge and with the look. I just love it. It's a bit simple,
yeah,
but I love the engineering of that billboard. I love that there's like it's like an old like 50s saloon billboard tavern type deal thing going on. I really love that. I love that she like drew the leg all the way back and then it got stuck. I loved that. I love the massive hair. Mikey's another one where I'm like, okay, Dark Horse, okay, like keep it going. I want to see more. Girl. Like, I do think that like I think that like maybe the producers are still kind of like struggling with how to like tell her story a bit, because I think that she is still a bit understated in the edit. But I think maybe once the fat starts getting trimmed a bit, I think we might be more pleasantly surprised about like what she brings to this competition. So I'm excited. For Mikey.
Yeah, I liked her in Untucked. I thought she was really funny. She carried Untucked. Yes. I like the billboard and all that, but yeah, it is a corset and some panties, y'all. Like, and
I know, but it's the billboard. That's the look.
The tights don't match the skin tone, y'all. Come on, like I get it. I get it. Like I get it. I like the look and concept, but I don't know. It just feels like she's getting away with it.
I agree with that,
because I don't know if somebody else were to have this on, could they have gotten away with it? Like they ripped Kenya's her outfit from last week up, the one she made, and I, to be quite honest, I think that looks better than
not
this.
as bad as that one.
This is just a velvet corset and some panties, and the tights don't match the skin.
But
the tights don't match the skin.
The tights don't really match the skin on the billboard either. She was mirroring, like, life is imitating art right here. You don't get it. You don't get the.
I don't get it. I don't get
advertisement of it all.
I get it. It's a Vegas. It's like a Vegas billboard. Like you're advertising. You know you're advertising, Mikey. But I do. I loved her. I really liked her verse. She carried in Untucked. And again, I'm not offended by the look. I'm really not, or anything like that. But I just
Mari has not slept since Friday.
No,
so offensive.
It actually is a really good look, but I'm just saying, like, it just feels kind of basic, and
I hear you.
we let some queens get away with basic. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yeah.
The next and last group is up, and this is the punk group. And this is Cherries, I think was the name of the song. Discord
Yes.
Adams is our first one, our first queen up, who goes into a little bit more about her punk background, and it's just so funny to me.
Discord.
Her name is apt. She has such a discord from her own drag that I don't even understand sometimes. Like, she looks incredible, and I've never seen somebody who doesn't understand what is on their face and how they are walking or whatever that is. Like, this is like, for someone who does punk, no stage presence when she was on stage. For somebody who does punk and had a punk song, looked the part, and was like apprehensive about moving my body. And I was like, what is happening? And like, even like the smile is like, is this good enough? Do you kind of like this? What do you think? I don't know. Like, and I'm like, well, that is so not the vibe. Then you see them in like a confessional, and I'm like, well, you are so different and also so stoic. I think that stoic queens in general need to learn that that does not fly on Drag Race. You can get away with it in local drag and on tours and all that stuff. Absolutely. But RuPaul likes animation. You need to know how to use the muscles in your face.
She definitely has an air of, I'm just slightly above it all.
Yeah,
guys.
and you're
Like,
not, girl.
I get what real drag is. Drag is punk rock. Drag is this. Drag is that. And I agree with what she's saying. But it does sort of like it. Sometimes I feel like she can lean a little bit into like just being a little too esoteric, being a little bit too sort of like hipster, which is fine. If that's her gig, that's her gig. Her walk is being started. Like, I understand having drag be on a budget. Why is the walk also on a budget? I just don't understand. Like, why is the pelvis so forward? Like, it's almost so bad that it's becoming iconic.
It's good. Like the music, the like
just the clop on the runway. I can't.
Again, I said this last week, but if people that are watching, please watch the casting episode of ANTM Cycle 9 and look at this girl named Mila's walk. It is the exact same walk. Like, if she could have, I would think this is Mila in drag. That's how similar the walks are. But yeah, I just, I like the look. Again, she reminds me so much of Cameron Michaels. I don't know, there's something about like the vibe of it all. It just reminds me so much. But yeah, I mean, I thought that her performance was fine. I think that she definitely was giving the pop punk vibe that she so clearly admires and adores. So yeah, I think that Discord is like sort of like the perfect counterculture queen for this season, and I think she's about to get into it with the rest of these girls after some time. So I'm excited to see how that turns out.
I completely agree. That's what I was about to say. I think Discord Adams is a rock star who happens to be a drag queen. Yes. I don't think she's a drag queen that's a rock star, to be quite honest. Because I think she's gonna have a hard time in this competition, because Drag Race, right, is the ultimate drag pageant, basically, right? And Discord says she came here to kind of show like a different side of drag. Agreed. But like seeing her walk, seeing that she's walking like that, look at them, look at them heels. That
can we talk about how do you bevel both feet at the same time?
Like, not even an inch and a half, the heel, and she's still walking like that. Like, it's giving that she's used to, like she said, she's used to just being on guitar, standing in the back. You just gotta stand there in drag on a guitar. And I think she's gonna have some issues moving forward. All that being said, love the mug. This look is good. It's good,
It's
but
good.
it's not blowing me away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do like her as a character. I really do.
I
And if
like that. Sorry,
Mhm.
continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
I was just gonna say, and if they keep doing that sound, that
If they keep cutting
Yeah,
the
that
music
sound behind
they
her
need
walk,
to.
and
They need to.
cut it to the judges of them openly laughing as well. And I'm just sitting there like, this poor queen has not even had the opportunity to hear that this is an issue. And she's about to go into week 3 of clop,
They need
clop, clop.
I want it out every runway. They need to cut the music out each time. On the finale episode, when they all get a chance to come out and walk the stage, they need to cut the music down as well. Like I just need it to happen each and every time.
Did
But
y'all
what I was
see
gonna
Corey
So
King?
good.
Did y'all see Corey King do the do her walk on
Oh my
No, I
God,
Instagram?
didn't
Willem
see
did it
I gotta
too.
see that.
Willems
Oh,
was good too.
Corey was hilarious.
I gotta
Oh my
watch it.
I do like that all of her looks thus far have really incorporated her tattoos. Like it looks like the
Mhm.
tattoos are like a part of everything, and I really enjoy that because it can kind of be hard to sort of incorporate that into your look. So I think
Yeah.
that she's doing a pretty good job thus far of like really having that be a part of her image.
I also would say she's kind of a chameleon. I haven't really been able every time she comes on, if the name didn't come on, it would take me a few seconds to figure out which queen that is. Because she does paint her face and have a lot of different wigs kind of differently. So
Mhm.
I want to give her the props there because that is no one is doubting that she can paint and that she can sew and put together a garment and an outfit. Like that is clearly where her biggest strengths in drag right now are on this in this
Mhm.
competition. Next up, we have Vita Von T Star, and her runway is showing off her butt. Which of course
Mhm.
we didn't get any photos that show off her butt. So I had to look up. I was like, what was she showing off? Because I can't figure it out with this outfit. And I'm going to be honest that even when she turned around, I didn't really feel like I
Yeah.
wouldn't have thought her butt. I would have thought here comes a queen wearing kind of a bodysuit-esque thing.
Yeah.
Similarly to how I felt like with Mickey or Mikey. I always want to say Mickey. I was not blown away by this. In the challenge, she did fine. It's kind of like meh for me this week with her. Other than
Yeah.
the mind games that she did, that was S tier. That was amazing. 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
I completely agree. In the challenge, that group, the whole group shined, and there was one standout who we'll talk about. But I thought she did great. I like this look. The paint kind of reminds me of Jasmine Masters and that
Yes.
transformation gift, right? Like
Yes.
the gift.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
right. But other than that, this is a cute look. But just like I'm gonna say about Mikey's, it's just not enough for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not enough. Very cute though. Like I want to see her do a number in this look type thing. Like I want to see her do some Janet.
Yeah.
in this.
I was
Like,
just gonna say this is a good Janet look.
yeah.
I was gonna say, funny that you say that. Like, you want to see her do a number because I like, for a second when she first came out, I thought like minus the hat, I thought it was the exact same look that she wore for the performance. I was like, hey, what is this? So yeah, it was okay. It definitely gives like, this is something that I wear all the time at the bars, and I guess it does show my ass, so I guess it counts for this runway, like, which is fine again, because like I'm totally an advocate of queens not having to spend their fucking their life savings on looks for Drag Race. So if she pulled this from the back of the closet, go ahead, girl. Like, because it does show the ass, so it fits the criteria. It's just it's beautiful. It's definitely giving mid 2010s Nicki Minaj / Beyonce, the little Lil Kim influence in there too. Like, so I like what she's pulling from, but yeah, not the most memorable.
I'm gonna be honest though, if it's supposed to be your butt, take off the hat, take off the gloves,
Yeah,
put on a heel,
exactly. The hat. Like, I
put
look
on
at
a
that. That's all I'm
heel.
looking at is the hat. Like that's
It
the
makes me
centerpiece.
feel like, I don't know. So like that's why I'm like, there's certain things like if you're gonna go simple, right? Let's go simple, because right now I'm going to be looking at other things, especially because you have to turn around for me to even see what you're trying to show off.
Yeah.
As simple as Mikey Meeks that y'all love.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
anyways.
No. I think you will find. I think you will find. I did not say that I liked the outfit. I think I said
did, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I like her. I like her idea.
But can I say she is padded for the gods.
Yes,
And
he is.
for
He is.
her butt to be the main thing. I thought she did fine showing off her butt. She turned around, she had a little thong. And I like the padding, the proportions. Look like she got some
Beautiful.
boobs in here. Finally, somebody put some boobs in. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel seen.
yeah, at least like with her being this simple, the body is teeth. And
That's
and
Yeah.
period. Yeah.
that's what I'm asking.
And she's
for.
got really nice muscles and everything too, that if she
Very
didn't
nice.
know how to proportionize is or whatever they call it. Was that what
Proportionizing.
proportionizing? It would be so easy for like the top, especially when you even look at the top photo in this particular one, it would be so easy for her to quote look mannish, so to say. But that is so not what comes across, because she knows exactly how to pad to make the hips and the butt really stand out, but also do they make sense in proportion to the breasts and the arms and the hips and like everything. And I think you nailed that. She's so good at padding. Next up, we have Briar Blush, who I got to tell you, this was my favorite in terms of showing off. It's so stupid that she said the finger, and I'm here for it.
I did not understand it at all. I was like, okay, girl, but you look cute. Like,
it was so weird. Briar had a kind of a quiet episode, I would say.
Especially in comparison to last week.
Yeah.
Untucked though.
I thought she did fine in the challenge. I thought we got a good rock sense from her. And she did fine here. I think she deservedly was safe.
I thought she did fine. I thought that the lyrics were fun. She's definitely I didn't like, I don't know, looking at her, like I didn't like, she doesn't give dancing queen to me, but she can certainly move very well. The look is absurd. It is absolutely absurd, and I'm mad that it's like working, because the entire time all I looked at was that damn finger. That's all I looked at. Like she showcased it. That's her finger. Like, there it is.
And you know what? Her face in that top photo, from what's covered up and everything, doesn't she kind of look like Megan Fox?
Oh, I see it. I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
She still gives Vanjie in the face to me. Like,
totally.
Have we seen them together in the same room? Because
something about Briar Blush, like I love her look so much. Like I love the dark hair on her, just pops, makes everything pop. She's a pretty queen, and it really looked like she made this whole thing and just cut that thing out to the finger, and it's like it's that Boston absurdity.
So
just coming back. You're plain Jane, you're Corey King, just that weird absurd point of view that it's so interesting. And normally I don't like that type of comedy, but it's working here with Briar. I don't know. It's like I feel like Briar, they're trying to like kind of maybe push her as the villain.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know.
I will say last week I was like, oh God, this is going to be the queen that comes on as a bitch and then complains that she's
the bitch
attacked or something like that. Yeah. Oh, I was edited this way. Or I don't think that actually she would ever say she was edited. I think that's not what I get from her. But I got to tell you, she and Mikey were two people that I felt so much better about this episode after last week, and in Untucked and such. And I love the irreverence that she has as well. Next up, we have our challenge winner with Jane Don't. Her runway is her mouth. And I love this kind of campy costume, and I love the attention to detail. I do love that there's gums on the teeth or whatever, but I don't know how I feel about this look. Hands down the best person in the challenge for me. Like, I don't think that there's any question about that.
The lyrics were giving. She's clever. I appreciate that a lot about her. I like the look. I think, it's very reminiscent of like Club Kid. It's so wacky and crazy, and I think that the depth of it is just very interesting. Like the dimensions are very, very well put together. I loved the cinched waist at the opening of the mouth. It's so like pleasing to look at.
Mm.
The uvula should be a little bigger, in my opinion.
Right. I didn't even realize. I was like, well, that's the uvula, Lord.
But I also kind of love that it's kind of like her belly button in a way. It's very it's very fun to look at. Like I feel like if I saw her at a bar in person, like I would just never want her to take that off. Like I would just want to look at it. And like the tongue is so ridiculously long. The fact that she has to hold it, and the ring is like, it looks like it's weighing the tongue down. It's so
The head is a
exaggerated and
lipstick.
stupid. Yes, like it's very fun. I like this look a lot.
Yeah, this look it's great. And she really was the best in the challenge. Like she's the one that stuck out the most. Did we all test positive for Slay or
Oh,
like
unfortunately, yet again.
yeah.
That's tough.
Her lyrics really reminded me of Anitra's talent show. Like that's how like memorable and very like catchy, campy they were. Jane Don't really came out of left field. I was not expecting her to do as well as she did. She did, and like not like I thought she had low expectation for her, but it
No,
was
Mari,
just
we saw the tweets. We saw that you were like, "Fuck Jane Don't. She's nobody."
No, I don't know who you talking to.
I'm sorry, your tweets or whatever they're called on Blue Sky.
No, but she was so great this episode. Even her confessional, she's like, "Girl, we can take Punk." You know, when she didn't know that Vito was like. Nothing it was so good. Like I thought Jane definitely announced herself in this episode, and I honestly think she's the deserving winner here. She did so good.
She killed it. I mean, it's very clear that she has some of that incredible Seattle drag in her bones that really is about characterization. It's really about understanding references and looking at a lot of musical theater and that kind of thing too, because what I noticed with her lyrics is that wasn't just that the lyrics were good, is that she knew how to write the lyrics within the style of a punk song, which is
the prose
a couple of times. Exactly. Like punk is literally about repeating the same thing because they're trying to get you to say something that's like basically fuck the system.
Yeah, call to action.
You know what I mean? It's a call to action. She's the only one who got that. So if anybody was going to get praise for it, it was going to be her for sure. So I'm so happy that she won this week.
Yeah.
And our last queen is Juicy Love Dion. I love that her
Bambi.
Right. Yeah. Her runway was her left leg. That's
just the left one.
Just the left one. I loved this runway. Gosh, it looks beautiful.
What is that on her head though?
It's a fascinator that's of some sort.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to explain because I was like, oh, Beth knows. Okay.
I think it was just some big fascinator to pair with the
some, like abstract. Yeah.
I felt like, well, let me hear. Like, did you guys? What were your thoughts of her in the performance?
She was probably the weakest of the group, in a sense of like it wasn't her genre, right?
Yeah.
You know, like it wasn't her genre, so she did feel like she kind of stood out. But I think she did a good job, like with the choreo. I thought of course she did a good job with the choreo, but I think of all those people there, I think she would even say that she's the least punk rock of all those people.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of made me sort of like annoyed was the fact that they were getting into it so much with the first group about like disjointedness from theme, yet I feel like Bambi over here was the most disjointed from the rest of her sisters in the group. She was not giving punk rock. She was giving maybe punk pop, which is fine. Like that's her thing. But like, if you're going to grade people on, matching the theme, then let's be consistent here. Yeah. Like, Juicy Love Dion is beautiful, and her face, I think, is going to open many doors for her. It'll probably open doors towards the end of this competition. I think that she's definitely primed to be one of RuPaul's twinks. Okay.
I thought you were going to. I thought you were going to say that her face is going to open many legs.
Damn, I should have.
And I was here for that. I
But
agree.
we saw a little bit of the preview for the next episode, and it's an acting challenge, and she's already talking like, I can't do this. Like, what? Like, this is not my thing. So maybe she won't be long for this world. But like,
I mean, if we get another Lana Jarre, this is not like, this is my first time trying this or whatever. I'm like, girl, what have you done? But like, I gotta say, she dances and moves better than Morphine. Like, she has an incredible. She has
reminds me a little bit of Georges.
Gorgeous, yeah. I was just gonna say she has like the same kind of petite, like little body, dancer body, and like. But she clearly has some classical training as well, and like it's like she did a couple different pirouettes and stuff. And I didn't have any issue with her choreography as it related to punk. What I had issue with was her energy. It wasn't punk energy, and her voice was punk. No, 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 and she didn't even bring that to her face. And she had the perfect haircut and everything to just, if she just snarled a little bit with her face or whatever, it would have been so much better. But instead she tried to look sexy, and I'm like, that's not what the assignment is here, girl. Like, you could look sexy and make that face. Just saying.
And the pirouettes did not make sense. I mean, I know it, with her lyrics, she's like, I could do this, but it was just like, I get pumped.
It was just.
But they're gonna make fun of, or not make fun of. They're gonna put Mandy in the bottom for doing, for doing stuff, and I'm like, okay, but like, this made no sense in some ways.
I don't know about that one,
but it was beautiful. I mean, comparatively, I would have loved to have watched Juicy, and that performance. But well, that is all of the queens for this week. As we said before, Dove Cameron's song. It just came out of my head.
I forget.
I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm a bad gay. I do not know.
It's also like it's also 10:15 at night, and we're recording. So, that's the lip sync song, and and
never heard the song in my life.
We see Mandy same. I thought it was a good bop. I was like,
I was like, I might download
I really liked it.
I'm gonna download it. But Mandy, after she strips down, is kind of like a clear-cut winner here. Demolishes that lip sync, and we do see Dee Dee go home. And next week, as you said, Mari, we are seeing an acting challenge. Any people on the top of your head right now that you are worried for? Maybe Juicy, like we just talked about.
Juicy, Discord.
Discord's good call.
Probably Mandy Mango too. I don't know. She hasn't given any.
It's looking like they're trying to get Mandy Mango up out of here. So I'm worried for her too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you said she might be that lip sync assassin, I was like, she's either the lip sync assassin of the season or she goes home next. It's like one or the other, because I think Juicy's gonna end up being the lip sync assassin of the season.
But that's what I mean. And when I guess we need another name for it, because I don't mean lip sync assassin as in like, oh, she's great, she's the best dancer of the season.
No, I know what you meant. I mean, like, get her out of there.
They're gonna use her to get people out, and or let her get out, because it feels like they've been doing that for these last few seasons. It's like they'll throw one girl in the bottom and just keep throwing her in the bottom, even when it's kind of like, I don't know if she really deserved to be in the bottom here, like type of thing. So yeah, I could definitely see that. Anybody else? I think that might.
Maybe Darlene Mitchell. Maybe
I think Darlene is going to be really good in the challenge.
Oh, okay. I hope you're right. Because I really enjoy her story so far.
Me too. I think she just has a confidence, and she's finding so much joy even in like being in the bottom this week, and like feeling the acceptance of being there, that I can see her just letting loose and having fun and making RuPaul laugh.
Those hamburger titties.
I'm gonna say I could see Briar potentially either doing really well or being kind of mid to nothing, depending on the kind of character she has. If she has a character that allows her to be kind of like bitchy or whatever, great. But I don't know if I see her as an actress yet. I could be very, very, very off. And
it'll depend on it. Is it a improv or do you think it's scripted acting?
Well, I think it's supposed to be kind of.
I think it might be like a mix. because it's like SNL.
It's the
Oh,
RDR
it's
live.
the RDR again? Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, Queens, please take improv classes before you go on.
I'm taking improv
Yes.
classes, and I think
There you go.
everybody should take them because
Yes.
it's
I'm a big. I
literally
think
not even about
everyone.
improv. Like you don't have to want to be a comedian. It is such a great way to learn how to listen and like take off your mask and say what you want to say and
Respond and learn
just
how to bridge disparate concepts. It's such a good thing for the mind. So
it's
good.
Mhm.
also like we say this all the time that like it's so important when you're kids to play make believe and all that kind of stuff. And then we just like kind of stop doing it. No. When you're an adult and you have a couple of hours a week to just kind of go and play pretend and be stupid, it is so good for you. It's
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
unbelievably good. It's a recharge because you're only responsible for doing things that you think are funny.
Yep.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
Who
Yep.
cares if other people don't laugh? That was for you. That's all that matters.
Mhm.
Well, with all that said, we will be back next week with the next episode. Before we get going out of here, I did want to just take a couple minutes really quickly to say that obviously Drag Race is a wonderful show that has told many stories of marginalized identities and has had many people who pretty much anybody who's on this show is a marginalized identity in itself. But there's always intersectionality that we get to hear about as well. I think, as we are in a time right now where community and advocacy is so important, one of the things that I just wanted to quickly shout out in the time where we are is some resources for queer people, especially for queer people who may be having to come into run-ins with ICE. And so I just did a quick Google search into this. So I just want to also say that I have not done my complete due diligence on this, but I just want to shout out that there are resources out there and that to help you know your rights and to have different advocacies and representations. The top ones that they say for legal and advocacy would be Immigration Equality. They're an organization that offers legal services, policy advocacy, and representation for LGBTQIA plus and HIV positive immigrants. The Transgender Law Center, the TLC, they provide specific know your rights resources for trans and gender nonconforming immigrants facing ICE, and it's available in English and Spanish. We also have the National Immigrant Justice Center, offers legal services and advocacy, particularly for low-income LGBTQ immigrants in the Midwest. And then we also have the Immigrant Legal Resource Center, trains legal providers on complex LGBTQ plus immigrant issues, providing practice tips and policy guidance. And it notes the Transgender Law Center. There are so many other places that talk about support and detention resources, broader immigration rights and action, and key actions and information. It is so important now than ever that all people, whether you're citizens or not, know your rights. And I want you to also know that this is a time for coming together with community. This is a time for action. This is a time to lean on people. This is a time to help your neighbor. And so as this is what Drag Race is all about, at the end of the day, I also wanted to make sure that we spread that message in a way that I hope shows just how much we care about our listeners and those that may or may not fall into these categories. Mari
Well
and
said.
Aman, is there anything else that you wanted to add on that? I'm so sorry that I just kind of went off on that
No.
whole soapbox.
No.
Yeah,
Great
I
job.
think you said everything entirely that I would have said. I think it's
Mhm.
it's now more than ever. It's really important that we offer community and offer defenses for that community and really lean on each other.
Yes.
And constantly remind ourselves that like you have much more power with your community than you might realize. So
Mhm.
anything to encourage that type of messaging, I'm all for. So
Agreed.
Great. Well, Mari, thank you so much for coming to join us this week. It was so lovely to have you. Where can people find you and what are you up to?
Thank you so much for having me. Of course, you can find me on Blue Sky at Mari Talks Too Much. 2 like the number 2. That's where I'm at. I'm nowhere else. But also you can find me over on Crime Scene with me and Sarah Carradine. We do true crime review podcasts. So we watch true crime documentaries and we get rate and review and we tell you if you should watch them. We had such a great year last year. We reviewed so many things from Perfect Neighbor to The Unknown Caller, High School Catfish Story, to the Egging Monster, like just any true crime property that you can think of. We're over there, we're reviewing it. Go to crimescenepod.com. That's crime SEEN pod.com in order to subscribe, or you can type in Crime Scene wherever you get your podcasts. We are also over on Buy Me a Coffee. So if you go to buymeacoffee.com/crime scene pod, you'll get access to our members and subscribers only section. If you sling us a couple bucks, you'll get our episodes early and ad free. You'll get bonus content, and coming up, all of our merch will be over there. So yeah, go support us by going over there. But we're having so much fun just talking all things true crime.
Love that. And yes, it is an incredible podcast. Please check it out. Aman, where can people find you and where are you up to?
You can find me everywhere at Aman Adwin. Make sure that you check out the Diary Room with me and Matt Lagori, where we are so close to finishing out round 1 of our bracket style competition. 6 players enter, only 3 will survive each episode as we whittle down to find out who is the best Big Brother player of all time. So yeah, we're really excited about getting to the next round. So make sure that you check us out over there. And other than that, you can follow me on Twitter because I plan to document a little bit of my nursing school journey. For like a little online diary for me, but also to just share a little bit of my new pursuit with everybody online. So I'm excited for that.
Good. Fantastic. And you can follow me on Blue Sky at Beth, or it's Beth-Dixon. I don't think it's anything else. I could be wrong. I'm so sorry if it's that. And on Instagram, I am AugustaWind11. I also just wanted to quickly shout out, if you haven't listened to it already, obviously it's already been dropped and started this week, but Mari did the preseason analysis for Monet Exchange for the traders. And so y'all should go check that out as well. She crushed it. And we are a podcast that loves Monet, and just putting that out there. Monet, in case you ever want to, come on over and say hello. We want to thank everybody behind the scenes at RHAP for their assistance in getting this out to your eyes and ears. And we will see you next week. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.